temperature is 27 degrees. The wind chill factor is 10 degrees below zero. Since mid-afternoon, 4 inches of new snow has fallen, and it continues to pile up on a frozen and slippery field. When you consider that several brand new formations have been added for this performance, and that the preceding week's practice sessions were shortened and seriously affected by severe weather, the near-perfect performance on this occasion is even more remarkable. One thing is certain: what you are seeing didn't just happen. It took lots of thought, lots of effort, lots of practice, lots of willpower by a lot of different people, all working toward the same end result. And that end result, the maneuvers and music you will see and hear, are one more signal proof that training and enthusiasm do make a difference. Why, in the face of such adversity, would the various individuals in this band wish to perform, and to almost empty stands at that? The reasons are many and varied. Dedication, goals, zest, desire, attitude, drive, self-discipline. It may even be something called pride. It actually starts here, with band director Richard Jacobois, 1 week before the scheduled performance.
First, the music is planned, charts are made. In this case, specifically, we're talking about 2 charts. One is a blimp, and the other the outline of the eagle formation, which is symbolic of a tire manufactured by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. At this point, we take all of this information and distribute it, duplicate it first, distribute it to all the members of the band.
Between this and this, there's a lot of personal sacrifice, hard work, time, trial, error. Someone once said, whatever we vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon, must inevitably come to pass. And so it did this night, when the University of Akron Marching Band took the field in the middle of an early winter blizzard.
To be a member of this band, it takes a great deal of pride, spirit, dedication, a lot of hard work. There's really no way to get around the number of hours that have to be spent to do this. In fact, we often talk to the band about giving that extra 10%. We talk, in fact, about giving 110%. It's not an easy thing. It takes, as I said, a great deal of time. We spend 2 hours, 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We also have, of course, a special dress rehearsal on Saturday. And the final product, we hope to be, in spite of whatever might come at us in terms of the elements, the weather, and so forth, we hope that it will be of the highest caliber. And we hope that we can present a performance that the university, the city, the entire state, in fact, anyone who might watch our performances would be very proud of. We feel that we are representatives. We feel that we do have an obligation to perform. We are, after all, a public performing organization. And getting back to this personal pride aspect again, we feel is very important. I don't think that it's possible to have a student perform at his very best unless he feels a strong sense of personal pride. We try to motivate our students very strongly with this aspect of pride, and we feel that the product we produce does represent this very thing.
But during this particular week, Tuesday is a washout. Torrential rains turned the practice field into a morass and forced the band indoors for a music rehearsal only. Wednesday, an off day, dawns bright and warm, with the temperature reaching a balmy 73 degrees by mid-afternoon. But 24 hours later, when the band returns for its Thursday practice, the mercury has plummeted 42 degrees, and winds are gusting to 35 miles per hour. Heavy storm clouds move in and bring on an early darkness, cutting an hour from the normal practice time. Friday is a legal holiday. While the rest of school vacations, the 201 members of the band return to the practice field for another round with the elements. The temperature holds at 30 degrees, but wind gusts are now up to 40 miles per hour. Light pellet-like snow blasts across the field, stinging the face and eyes, numbing ears, hands, and feet. Despite almost impossible conditions on the practice field, and with the wind threatening to blow both musicians and instruments away, the band finally puts the new formations together for the first time. Now there's a better feeling, an air of expectancy, because the weatherman is forecasting improved weather. There is to be no snow for Saturday, and the band looks forward to a good afternoon practice at that time. This is the Rubber Bowl at noon on Saturday. Mother Nature disregards the weatherman's forecast, and overnight dumps up to 6 inches of snow on the area, and more is on the way. A marching band needs yard markers on which to guide in order to perform its precision drills and formations. This field is in no condition for football shoes either. So the plows go to work on the artificial turf, attempting to prepare the field for the 2 p.m. band practice. By 2 o'clock, the field, now bordered by huge banks of plowed snow, is relatively clear, and the band starts its final rehearsal. At intervals and for a short time, the stadium is spotted with bursts of sunlight, but only for a short time. Dark clouds close in, and once again the air is filled with wind-blown snow. But the band musicians, the flag bearers, the majorettes, the director, all persevere. The practice goes ahead and finally is concluded as the green of the artificial turf gradually disappears under another blanket of white. Successful and professional people, whether they be businessmen, artists, athletes, statesmen, craftsmen, and yes, musicians too, all agree the 2 most important parts of any project or endeavor are the beginning and the end. The team that returns the opening kickoff or a touchdown usually has a better chance of winning the game. The businessman who starts the year with a profitable month has a better chance of having a profitable year. The salesperson who meets a customer with a positive, expectant attitude has a better chance of closing the sale. William James, the psychologist and philosopher, said, "Our belief at the beginning of an undertaking is the only thing that assures the successful outcome of the venture." And so it was with the University of Akron Marching Band, as it started and struggled through a difficult week. Now, the moment of truth is at hand. Despite repeated clearing efforts, the field is again covered by 3 to 4 inches of new snow at game time. Underneath, the artificial turf is frozen and extremely slippery. Only the yard marker stripes are uncovered while the band goes through its normal pre-game routines and formations, all the while enduring a wind chill factor of 10 degrees below zero. The game itself is a slip, slither, and slide affair, during which conditions continue to deteriorate. When the band takes the field at halftime, footing is treacherous. The wind continues cold and bone-chilling. The swirling snow and lights combine to create a pallor-like appearance over the gaping emptiness of the stadium. Only a handful of the hardiest spectators are on hand, having braved the cold, snow, and hazardous driving conditions to attend this final game of the year. Valves on the instruments are prone to freezing. There is little to encourage this band to perform on this night. But perform it does, as planned, as desired, as expected. The reality of this situation is almost comical in contrast, as the sound of Malagueña stirs up visions of a warm and sunny Spanish landscape. As the majorettes dance to the tune of Nothing But a Hound Dog, the field lends itself more to an ice skating or snowshoeing routine. This familiar bit of music signals the beginning of the brand new formations, which were designed especially for this performance. First, the outline of the famous Goodyear blimp emerges through the flurries as the band plays Up, Up, and Away.
Tonight, our entire halftime show is being filmed for national distribution by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Listen now as the University of Akron Marching Band salutes Akron's largest corporation.
Now, the band moves into its second special formation. It's an almost flawless presentation, musically and physically, accomplished in spite of near impossible conditions, and done in recognition of Akron's largest corporation, which makes an automobile tire called the American Eagle. What you have seen with this group of young musicians, as we followed them this week, epitomizes what we believe are the things necessary for any individual to succeed at whatever is undertaken. In the beginning, there must be imagination. Without it, there can be no seeing or feeling of the final result. There must be some desire, real desire, which encourages entry into a situation with no thought of setback or defeat, but with positive thoughts of reward or satisfaction. Then there must be belief. Solid belief, an attitude of confidence in the ability to do what is desired. Finally, there must be enthusiastic action to carry off the endeavor happily and satisfactorily. Enthusiasm without action produces little or nothing. Action without enthusiasm is short-lived. And underneath all of this, in every person, must be a little of something called pride. But whatever you wish to call them, these are the things every individual must recognize and have and maintain in order to be successful. Whether you are playing a game, working at a job, performing in a band, or just doing something for the sheer fun of it, the results are a lot more enjoyable when sincere effort goes into whatever it is that you are doing.